It doesn't have a door, it doesn't have a computer screen with fancy buttons. It doesn't really look like a time machine. But when I open up a rare book, I'm literally transported into another time and another place. I can go and pick up a 4,000, 5,000-year-old cuneiform tablet and be transported to the streets of Mesopotamia. Middle Ages comes out in living color, and I'm living inside the 15th century, and I'm seeing what they saw. It transports me to the Renaissance, to the great courts and palaces of kings and princes. In fact, the object of the book, in many cases, provides the most well-preserved and numerous artifacts of the history of the world and man's interpretation of it. So it falls to us to convince young people of the relevance of the distant past. Its relevance, not only to you, but to the moment in which it was created. And I think by creating that level of literacy, even just inspiring that idea and embedding that in the mind of an undergraduate, can have dramatic effects as one goes on pursuing the life of the mind. It is vital that students understand that books transformed the world. The Protestant Reformation, the advent of science as we know it today, those are things that have been fundamentally dependent upon this technology of the book. I think of the moment of the Gutenberg press. Within a century of that, very few people could read the handwriting that was employed in Gutenberg's own lifetime, because the transformation of letter forms within print altered people's own literacy. And as students live in a digital environment where there is supposed to be a standard text, they can lose that historical literacy that these unique objects can provide. We are in danger of losing the opportunity to know that people engaged in these conversations throughout history, that we all possess a unique moment in a vast continuum of human experience. And one of the most wonderful characteristics of these things is that you basically are allowed to handle it. There are students who are shocked when I put a block of wood in their hands that was engraved 400 years ago to illustrate a book. What's so liberating for them is that when they sit down alone with one of these objects, they get to be a kind of a pioneer. It creates a sensory experience that is unique. One doesn't go around a museum sniffing statues in the same sort of way. And by working together with these ancient technologies and these modern technologies, I think we can reach out and circulating to the widest possible audiences pieces of this larger universe of rare books and manuscripts. Because books are useless unless they are used. Books sit on a shelf and collect dust and deteriorate when they're ignored. These objects need a life. Life needs to be breathed into them as much as they breathe life into the minds of young people.